Hello and welcome to Food for Thought, Insights for Busy Leaders and Managers in just 150 seconds. In this episode, I'd like to talk about brain-friendly time management and the 5 principles of how you can improve your productivity. And this is about principle number 2, which is prioritization. When our brain knows what the priorities are, we can maintain our attention and our focus much more effectively. And we can avoid all the things that come from becoming stressed or overwhelmed. So we can focus on the outcomes we want to achieve and the rewards that come from that. And that gives us dopamine and the ability to anticipate that reward and have the energy we need. So it's useful to look at this grid and to notice where you're paying your attention or where you're spending your time, and how you can begin to move into perhaps a more effective quadrant. So the grid is made up of time focus across the top and outcome focus down the sides. So what we have here is we've got urgent and not urgent, and what we have here is important and not important. So in this quadrant, which is urgent and important, it's stuff that we need to do. It has to be done. There's time critical element and it's outcome critical. However, we can easily get addicted to this zone by being here all the time and everything is urgent, everything is important, and everything is a priority. And you know, if everything is a priority, well, then nothing's a priority, because prioritization means that you're able to actually put something first. And the things we need to be putting first are often actually not urgent, but they are important. Building relationships, planning, strategizing, making sure that things are happening that need to happen to avoid all of this urgency and last minute stuff that needs to be done. So avoiding procrastination and things like that. In this box, we get to dedicate and make a boundary around time that's dedicated to focusing on productivity and relatedness, because ultimately all of our productivity is about our relationships with other people. Once we're knowing that we're in this box, we can then actually visit this if we need to, but quickly go back to this box, because otherwise if we stick in here most of the time, we're just going to get stressed. It's going to overwhelm our brain. With this box, we need to be delegating stuff, and we need to avoid that completely, because that's just ineffective absorption and things like social media and stuff. And with this one, we need to make sure that we're delegating as much as possible so that we don't get endless distractions. So when it comes to prioritization, stay curious.